Hello, everyone. How are you today? I am going to tell you a story about how I wasted $5,000 on Facebook because I tried to walk. I tried to run before I could walk. So if we have not, my name is Ryan Dowdy and I'm a sales coach. So I help brand new entrepreneurs build business, actually make money by mastering your sales conversations and your sales mindset. So I actually started my business while I was growing alongside my full-time job. So I was the director digital advertising agency when I got the brilliant to start an online business and start coaching online in the online space. I really had an awesome time doing it, but I'd been selling advertising my entire career. So I knew that ads would work, right? I know Facebook ads are great, they're targeted, and they're a really great way to accelerate results, right? I knew that. I knew enough about marketing to know those things. And so very early on in my journey, I was like, hey, I don't have a lot of time to dedicate this. So I'm just going to go all in ads, and I'm going to put together ads to that funnel. And that's how I'm going to launch my business. And I had, I don't think I'd had any clients, maybe one at the time. And I hired an ad funnel coach. And so we walked through it and, all of these different things. And I was so excited. I had this funnel I'd set up. I had a I had all the places it was going to go. I knew what I was going to teach. And I was just like super, super, super excited about this funnel. And then we launched this funnel and it didn't do well. We grew my email list a little bit, really go well. We did not get the results that we were hoping for. And what I learned in wasting dollars on Facebook ads and getting very, very little from it was that I was trying to put big company or big ideas in place for my tiny little baby solopreneur business where I didn't understand who my audience was, what was going on in their world, and I didn't have a proven offer. So, hey, good morning, Amanda. How are you? So the thing that I want to talk about is really like, what are the basics that you need to measure before Facebook ads are going to be an asset for you, or really any accelerated lead gen. So that might be Facebook ads, maybe it's Google, maybe it's whatever it is for you. But I think it's really important that we go back to this idea of mastering the basics before. And so I'm going to talk about 3 basics that I think are really, really important to master before we kind of, throw fuel on the fire in ads and things along those lines. So the first thing that I master before you become great is talking to your ideal client. And following me for a little while, you probably feel like I'm a broken record. But the amount of things you can learn about your ideal client by just going out and having conversations, not necessarily conversations, just networking and connecting and talking to people, unbelievable, right? You can learn the language they use. You can learn the pain points. Good morning, Rachel. Points that they talk about. I mean, you learn so many different things by just going out and talking to them. And you also really learn who your audience is. I was running Facebook ads. I didn't know yet who my ideal was. I had someone in my head, like I had an ideal client in my head, but I didn't know who they were. I didn't know where they were in their business journey. I hadn't really done enough research to fully understand what was going on. So the first basic I want you to master is just going out and talking to people that fit the profile of your, or even if they don't. So maybe you don't have an ideal client yet. I talk to so many brand new entrepreneurs that are like, Ryan, I'm just really stuck because I don't know who my ideal client is, or I don't have a niche. And so I would encourage you, if that's the case for your business, is to just go talk to people what you do. Hey, how are you? What do you do? Oh, that's interesting. Virtual assistant. Oh, that's interesting. I'm a graphic designer. Oh, that's interesting. I'm a health coach, right? And just practice talking to people about your business. You're going to learn so many things, and you're going to get good talking about it. And you're going to learn a lot about your audience. You're going to learn what lands, what doesn't land, what you like to say, all those different things. So the first basic that you have to master before you can move out in front of this and really add fuel to your fire is talking to your and understanding your people. The second thing that you need to master before you get out ahead of growing your business really quickly is the problem. And this is really, really, really important because we want to charge a premium for our services, right? Most of you that are watching this right now be able to get well paid for an expertise that you have, right? You are an expert at what you do, you deserve to be paid for that. But what we also need to really understand this is, what is the problem that you solve, again, in the client, which is why talking to people is so important. And I don't mean the level problem. I don't mean the task level problem, right? Like, oh, well, are there admin tasks? Or, oh, I post to social media for them, or I run their books, or I build websites, or I help them lose weight, right? Like those are problems that stay up here, right? But people buy based on emotion and they justify it. And those are very logical reasons as to why someone would hire you, right? Like, I don't want to do the admin tasks. But the emotional reason as to why someone would hire you is because they're wasting all of their time doing their admin tasks. Their business is falling around them right now because, there's a pandemic and life is happening and they're terrified and there's all these things happening and they don't have time to be in the back end of this. They don't have the mental capacity to do that. They need to be out in front of their company selling and marketing. That is the emotional reason why somewhere you. And it's really important to understand that problem, because when you put that problem on a very surface level reason, people are like, oh, that's interesting, but they won't pull out their credit card and give it to you because it's just a surface level problem. Right? It's the difference of a nice to have to a need to have. So first thing we need to master is talking to people, right? Let's go out, let's talk to people, let's practice saying what we do, hearing their language, practice understanding what words they use to describe their situation. The thing we want to do is get really good at understanding the problem that we solve. And again, the emotional problem that people, not just the logical problem. And then the third thing you want to do before you really get into running ads or doing or selling one-to-many or adding in any automation in your business, you want to have a proven offer. You need to know that people are buying, selling, okay? And not because they are buying it from someone else, but because they're buying it from you. And this is 100% that I made. I had no clients. I had no proven offer. I had no idea did or did not want this thing that I was trying to funnel them into in my Facebook ads, right? I didn't have a proven offer for that. And so I wasted a lot of money and, without understanding and not really knowing their language. And then of course, not having a proven offer, I wasted all that because I tried to do things that higher entrepreneurs than me were doing. And without that proven offer, I didn't know that people wanted it. I didn't know what they would pay for it. I didn't know what kind of result to get for people. So my marketing was lukewarm at best. And I'm not mad about that money that I wasted. I've been in advertising long enough to know that it's part of the deal, right? You've heard the stat, percent of my advertising dollars are wasted. I just don't know which half. So I'm not mad about things, but they are just really, really important things that I see so many brand new entrepreneurs want to skip past this part of talking to people, getting clear on the problem and having a proven offer and run straight to automation and webinars and selling one-to-many and all of these different things in their business. And while those things are powerful and they're important and they have a place, I really, really, really strongly encourage you, until you are making consistently $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 a month in your business, you really buy human to human connection and selling one-to-one and getting onto stations, getting into networking conversations, doing market research, working with clients, getting social proof, really mastering the human part of your business before you try to accelerate. And like in this time of a pandemic and this time of people like, okay, well, I'm going to use this time to launch a business. And I 1000% think that you should use this time to launch a business. Misunderstand me on that. But I think it's really important to understand that when we start a business, we do big business tactics, right? We can't skip all of the stuff, which is what I see so many people doing because they don't want to talk to people, because they don't want to learn how to sell. We want to deal with the rejection because we don't want to fail. And while nobody wants to do things, guys, they're part of growing a business, right? That's what makes it amazing when you finally have a proven offer. You're 100% clear on the language that your people use. You know the problem have, you know what's keeping them up at night. You know how frustrated they are. And people will buy what you're selling. And then when you start to sell one-to-many, launch a coaching program, when you start to run webinars, ads, all this stuff, you have all of the basics so you can really get a return on investment, that time, effort, and energy. So that is my talk about really wasting all that money and running ads without having all of that data really led to me wasting money. And I really wish that I would have put that $5,000 into, coaching and more resources to learn and fine tune my skills, and knowing those or more organic marketing strategy or different things around that. So enjoyed this conversation. We're doing this live on Facebook now, but we are also going to take it over to IGTV and to YouTube. So if you're not following, over on Instagram, we're at Ryan Dowdy Uncensored. You can also over on YouTube. And if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure that you subscribe. And finally, if you're not in the Sales Skills for Women in Business Facebook community, over there, I do a ton of free training, have a lot of different resources and exciting things happening over there. For joining, and I would love to hear from you. Is there something that you did in your business that you're like, gosh, I really wish that I would have taken a step back and mastered the basics? Great. And we'll see you in our next video. Bye, guys.